Good morning, everybody. I thought I'd do something a little bit different. Join me for my morning coffee. This will be my third take of this video as my little one has been coming around, jumping around, and things haven't been going quite as planned. But today's video is a little bit different. I just want to do a little chat, a little rant, get some of your feedback. I'm curious to what you're doing in regards to gyms and martial arts schools being open in possibly the very near future. Now, before I get started, if you can, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, 1-inch punch that bell notification, and give the video a thumbs up if you can. Go ahead and just click that thumbs up right now. It's just a little, do that right now. That would be awesome. I greatly appreciate it. Now, basically, every state's in a little bit different situation. Some states are in lockdown. Some states are, open for business or opening for business. Of course, if you're in the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, it's going to be a little bit longer before things get open. But states like Georgia and Texas are reopening, and they said they're going to be opening up gyms. And I'm curious, are you going back to your gym? If your gym opens up tomorrow, are you going to go back into your gym? I'm wondering also what that environment is going to be like. And I know for those that maybe are in states where it hasn't really hit home, things don't seem like that big a deal. But when you live in the tri-state area, and I have like one of my students who is one of the healthiest people I know, just had one of the worst experience of his life in a hospital, and he was there for 17 days in the hospital. And I'm not going to tell his story right now. It was very intense, very horrifying story. So for some people, you're seeing this a lot more up close. And there's a whole nother discussion. I mean, I understand, I've been following this closely, how serious this virus is, but at the same time, I understand how important our freedoms are. And I respect everybody's opinion out there. So today I'm going to kind of stay on topic and just talk more about gyms, the reopening of gyms and martial arts schools. And I'm just curious, leave me a comment down below. Are you planning on going to your school, to your gym when it reopens? I know everybody's looking forward to it, but are you going? Are you going to change your protocols? Or are you doing anything different when you go? Do you think the gyms will have different procedures, different protocols? I've heard numerous things like, social distancing within the gym, having more sanitation stations, all sorts of things, doing temperature checks as you go in. Now, that temperature check thing doesn't seem very effective to me because we all know there's asymptomatic spreaders. And if somebody is not showing any signs or symptoms, but yet shedding this virus everywhere, what is a temperature check going to do? It's not going to do much. They'll walk right in, clear, they feel great, and then now everything they touch is being, basically going to have virus on it. And there's a potential chance you could pick that up. So I don't know. I mean, I was always good about wiping down the equipment before I use it, but at the same time, this just seems a little bit trickier than a normal situation. And I've heard a lot of people talk about all these protocols with different gym bags and procedures, and it honestly just seemed like a ton of work. And I know we have to do extra work now with more hand washing, but what they laid out was a process that just seemed like a lot more work. Then I'd rather just be working out the house than having to go through all that trouble. And, we're not set up for decontamination stations. So it's just not possible. And even if you do social distancing within the gym, you have somebody sweating, coughing, breathing, sneezing, whatever. They're all over the equipment. Now they walk away, you come up, even if there's no one around you, it still lives on that surface. I saw something today, this is April 25th, where the mayor was saying in New York City how this can live on bus surfaces and subway surfaces for up to 72 hours. So, this is a new virus. We're all hearing new data on a daily basis. So this could change. That's why I'm letting you know the date. But if that's the case, then how are we properly cleaning a gym with a ton of people in it? Is it even going to be possible? I just don't know. And I'm curious on your thoughts. And once again, I'm curious if you're going to be returning to your local Planet Fitness, LA Fitness, Gold's Gym, local gym, powerlifting gym, whatever it is. Are you planning on going? I just don't see and like I used to love going in the steam room every morning. I'd get in the steam room, I'd get a good sweat. After my workout, I'd feel great. And I really do miss that. But there's a lot of nasty people in there that are just spitting, coughing, sneezing. People just aren't respectful. And people do show up to the gyms when they're sick as is. So I don't know how that's going to play out. They're going to have to probably keep the saunas and the whirlpools and all these things kind of shut down, or maybe the chlorine in the whirlpool knocks it out. Who knows? Who knows? But now martial arts schools, are those considered gyms, right? And if they are, and they open up your local Kung Fu school, MMA gym, Muay Thai gym, BJJ gym, are you going? Especially like these Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu schools, and I'm not, Wing Chun, you could be there kind of distanced out in a way with one partner, but you're still going to be interacting, sharing sweat, whatnot. Even if you had a mask, you're going to be sweating. The mask will become not effective. It gets knocked off your face. But there'll be a lot less exposure than in a jiu-jitsu gym, right? So if you came into my Kung Fu school and I said, paired everybody up and we all kept apart and you're just more around that one person, that's going to be a whole lot less exposure than at a jiu-jitsu school. A lot of these jiu-jitsu schools, and once again, I'm not putting down jiu-jitsu in any way, shape, or form. It's just, it is what it is. They're a lot more closer contact. It's a lot more intimate contact in a way. And, a lot of these schools make their living off their kids' programs. So now they have 20 plus kids rolling around on a mat. Another kids class comes in, 20 plus kids rolling. Then the adult class, they're not cleaning the mats in between. So now you're rolling around on a mat that has been tainted with a bunch of kids. And I mean it in a bad way, like kids did anything bad, but if one of them's sick and they're rolling around the mat, now the virus is on the mat, and then the next kid's class comes in, now those kids are rolling around on it, and then now you come in and you're rolling around. It is what it is. I'm just saying maybe they will have to have new procedures where they're not doing back-to-back classes, they're doing less classes a week, and that way they can sanitize the mats properly in between each class, right? I'm just throwing things out there. Once again, I'd love your feedback. This is really a good morning cup of coffee rant and discussion, and I'm curious on your 2 cents on the matter. Like when, if you're have all these people on the mat and then you're rolling on the mat, you're essentially rolling with everybody, right? And then in jiu-jitsu classes, even if you are paired up, if those mats weren't cleaned properly, now you're basically rolling with every person that was on that mat, picking up all their germs. And I know this, it is what it is. Unfortunately, I had die-hard rules in my school where you don't come in if you're sick. It's just that simple. You do not come in if you're sick. And unfortunately, I know parents all the time are bringing sick kids into these classes with zero consideration for the other kids or parents or instructors. And I think it's harsh, and that's why it needs to be a rule for every school. And I see lists of 20, 30 rules on the board, but not one of them is don't bring your kid here if they're sick. As an adult, you should be responsible enough not to come in. Single parent, that has to get to work and has no choice and drops their kid off at daycare. It's harsh, but I mean, I can relate to the struggle, but at the same time, an after-school program isn't a necessity. So if your kid's sick, they should be staying home. If you're an adult and you're sick, you should be staying home. It's not worth getting your teacher sick to where they can't teach and, all your Kung Fu or Jiu-Jitsu brothers and sisters sick. It's a family. Everybody should respect everybody and take care. So once again, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying what's right or what's wrong. We all have our own 2 cents on the matter. And I'm just curious on your thought process. I'm curious how these schools are going to get started back up, if they're allowed to get started back up. If your kid goes to one of these popular karate schools, jiu-jitsu schools, one of these programs, are you going to be returning them to their program? I know in this environment, I am not. I know with flu season, I didn't want my child it was just too, like I said, I saw so many sick kids that I was like, this isn't a safe environment. And I knew what was coming around the corner. So I was like, no, we're stopping these after school programs. Now, I do want her back out and socializing and having fun, but at the same time, her safety. My young one has a respiratory illness, so I really have to be careful with him. He's 2. He can barely breathe on a good day. I don't know how he's going to fare with a SARS-like situation. So I'm really have concerns and need to take extra precautions. And I know everybody's got loved ones and grandparents and family or somebody around them they probably have to watch out for. Sadly, most of America is sick in some fashion. And, we can all, like I said, healthy, sick, young or old, this could have anybody's number on it. So you really do have to be careful. I mean, I'll tell you again, I have a student in amazing condition. I mean, just absolute, just peak condition who got wrecked by this. And I have another friend who has every check on the book, from bad diet to bad lifestyle to obese to everything. And it was just no big deal for him. It was just like, it was just like not even a cold. It was really nothing. So it really depends. Everybody's different out there. You don't know how you're going to react to this. It's a crazy day and age, and I'm just, I wish everybody well, and I want to get back to it. Maybe the best thing to do is, get with somebody like one of your Kung Fu brothers or sisters, student or somebody that you can work out with and you trust, and they've been social distancing. They're doing the best they can, wearing a mask if they're around people, doing the best they can to stay healthy and not get exposed to this. And then, work with them privately. And that way you can have some partner training. I'm looking forward to doing that with some students that I know have been very diligent and very careful. And I'd love to get back with them shortly and get back to some training. That would be wonderful. Some teaching, some training. I really miss it. I can't wait to spar. I can't wait to get hit in the face again. Whoever I spar next, you got some free shots, man. I miss it. So I really miss it. I'm looking forward to it. So that's my thoughts on the matter. I'd love to hear once again your thoughts on the matter. I appreciate you joining me for my morning cup of coffee, and I hope everybody is well. And I hope to see you soon. And I'm glad I got through this video without my little one all over me. It was he definitely every take he was here making sure. He was hitting me on the back of the head with the stick and wanting to be in the party. And, I love having him here, but it's sometimes a little hard to concentrate with a 2-year-old jumping all over you. So thank you for joining me today. I do wish everybody well. Once again, hit that subscribe. If you made it this far, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. It's a little click. Just do it. Hit that thumbs up button. And most importantly, you're going to want to hit that bell notification so you don't miss out on any future Wing Chun lessons to come. I look forward to seeing everybody soon. Stay safe, stay well, and take care. I'm curious, what are you going to be doing in this environment? Do you think schools will be open? Leave me some comments and questions down below. Are schools going to be open? Are you excited to go back to your school? I know you are, but are you going? Are you going to return? Do you think these schools will be open in the near future? When do you think they'll be open? A lot of questions. And you know what? We're going to have this discussion again at a later time. I'm going to finish my coffee, and I got this little guy, I got that little guy over there, I got my daughter upstairs, so I got to take care of these kids. I thought they'd be good with breakfast and their little favorite video to watch, but clearly no. Can you do Tan Sao? Can we do a Tan Sao? Why are you always doing the palm strikes when we're doing Tan Saos? Can you do a Tan Sao? What about a Bong Sao? What about, can you chain punch? Chain punch, chain punch, chain punch, chain punch, chain punch. All right. All right, well, that's just, sorry for, I thought I was going to be able to get a little time to drop in conversation here, but I hope you and yours are well. Let me know, are you going to martial arts schools? Are you going to gyms? Are you going to get back to Wing Chun? If you do jiu-jitsu, you going to jiu-jitsu? If you go to a UFC gym, are you going there? Whatever it is, are you going? What do you think the new normal will be in these schools? Is everything going to be back to normal? Are we waiting until next year after flu season? What's happening? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you for joining me this morning. I wish you and yours well. and have a great day.